afternoon and welcome to Untapped, your weekly dose of everything business. That is the new, the impactful, and the trendy, right here at Daystar TV. I am your host, Samuel Angimo. In Untapped, we'll be unearthing and talking about businesses that are making waves while giving you up-to-date news that is affecting not only the local economy, but the global economy at large. On today's episode, to kickstart the show, we have a student entrepreneur by the name of Lynn Nduta, who will be talking about being a student and an entrepreneur. So keep it locked at Untapped as we talk about everything business. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So thank you for joining us in Untapped.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so who is Lynn? Let's start with that.
My name is Lynn Nduta. I'm a student at Daystar University. A part-time student, that means I study and at the same time work.
So you started working after you joined school or before you joined school?
Pretty much before, because I started working from the time I was 18.
18 years. So you've been working from 18, and you've said you study communication, right? At Daystar.
Yes.
Is what you're studying related to your work?
What I'm studying is not related to my work, but at some point it sort of comes together because I tend to use the skills I've learned here in school, maybe for marketing, because I'm in the construction industry. So we do renovations and then we also do real estate. So I use what I learned in communication to market my products.
Being in the construction industry, I'm assuming it's a family business or it's something you got into through other means?
Well, I started through family. I've been exposed to outside family, but still under family. Okay, I know that sounds a bit complex, but my mom, when she started the farm, she used to make me go with her to work, maybe from the time I was in high school, so that by the time I'm done, I already have a rough idea of what is supposed to be done. So getting into the work after 18 was not to get to the practical duties and aspect of it.
So before high school, you were sort of just learning the ropes around?
Yes.
And then after high school, it's when you officially started?
Yes.
Before joining campus?
Yes, before joining campus.
Okay, and while you're in campus, you're still working?
Yes, I am still working.
How do you balance work and school?
It's quite a struggle because sometimes I have classes that maybe clash. Of course, they have to clash with my schedule. So what happens is, especially now, because I'm practicing my internship, I have to go home and maybe put in extra hours in the night to be able to cover what I want to, or what I'm supposed to have done by the end of the week. Then on Saturdays, I visit the site. I do my paperwork as well. So that means I only have Sunday and Saturday evening to myself.
Sunday and Saturday evening to yourself?
Yes.
Monday to Friday working and school?
Yes, yes.
You're strong. So you are doing marketing, right? Or communication, just what exactly in communication are you doing?
I'm majoring in electronic media. So production, everything around production, camera work, what's it called, radio, TV, yeah.
Okay, being that they just seem like two different fields.
Yes.
Your work and your studies. What is your end goal? Do you plan to continue? Do you want to grow into who your mom is in her line of work, or your career is what you are aiming for?
That's an interesting question. Maybe let's say a few years from now, I would like to have built my name or built myself as a brand in communication. That means everything concerning TV production, radio production, but also on the side, I would also want to maybe constitute a team because I'll have practiced more years. Now I know everything, like about everything, what goes on and all that. So maybe constitute a team and do supervision. So have construction on the side, but majorly focus on this.
A lot of people who work for family do complain that sometimes payment is not done as serious as it should be.
Okay.
When you started working for your folks, or working together, that is,
Yeah.
did you sit down, have a talk about your finances, how much you're earning, or it was a matter of shika here allowance. Just keep going.
Hey, allowance. Hey, that one is quite tricky because allowance sounds like this is something I'm giving you. But you know, it had to be official because first I had to apply for the job. So
Like write a CV
yeah.
to your parents.
Yes. So I had my papers, applied for the job, sat down. So this is your job description, have your job description in your file, and all that, then discuss the salary. No, when I first came in, we didn't discuss it. It was something standard.
Okay, we'll keep this conversation going. It's very interesting, especially the financial bit. And we'll head over to commercial for a bit before we come back to Untapped. Welcome back to Untapped, where we've been talking to Lynn Duta, who's a student entrepreneur. She's told us how she's gotten into her work, her line of work, and how she's trying to balance work and school life. So we'll dive more into the financial side and not only the career side, but how she's balancing everything out. So Lynn,
Yes.
we've talked about finances, how you earn.
Uh-huh.
My big question is,
Uh-huh.
do you invest your money, or your money is just for you and having fun?
Oh, well. For me, I invest my money because I believe that life is moving on so fast. Like just the other day, I was in my teens. I was living the good life, but now you have bills, you have things you need to take care of, and you're wondering, it only gets worse as you grow older. So I definitely do invest my money.
What do you invest in?
I invest in money markets. I invest in the real estate business, in the real estate sector. So I get properties, I invest in marketing, then get money back. Yeah.
You are doing some very impressive stuff out here, honestly.
Thank you.
A follow-up question to that. Being that you invest your money
Yes.
and you do all of these things, just a quick question. You said you pay bills.
Yeah, I do.
Do you still live with your parents now that you're on salary, you've moved out?
I live with my parents, but I live as if I live by myself because I pay rent.
In the same house?
Yes, I pay rent in my parents' house. And I have a few things, small things like garbage, small things I take care of
This
in the
can
house.
chip in.
Yes, because I remember my folks told me, you're an adult and you live in our house. So there are other adults who live outside by themselves. You know, since you earn money, you can't just live like that.
For free.
You can't live for free. So you'll have to contribute to a few things and you'll definitely have to pay for the roof over your head. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive. Those are good parents. They love you, actually. You have siblings?
I do.
Have they gone through the same things, or you're the first one who's charting new territories?
Actually, I'm the first because I have older siblings. Well, we're not all from the same folks, but we're one family. But I'm the first one who's actually gone through this process. So I have my younger sister who will unfortunately have to go through it, or fortunately as well, because it's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Now, working and schooling at the same time, you haven't lost out on your social life. We're in our 20s. A lot of people feel like this is the time you need to live your life to the fullest.
Yeah, this is the time you have to live your life. I do get that. Well, it's quite unfortunate because I've actually lost a lot of friends just because of unavailability. You know, not everyone will understand that maybe my schedule is quite different from maybe yours.
Yeah.
And that's quite unfortunate because then the time that I'm free, maybe someone just wants to rest and all that. But at the same time, I've been able to relate with people who are like me. So our free days kind of match, and I'm still able to experience the social aspect of it. Now, right now, when I'm practicing my internship, it's very hard because, as you see, I used to have Saturdays for myself before the internship. I used to know that on Saturdays, I'll probably meet people, socialize, invest in my hobbies. But right now, man, if I'm not seeing you in the evening, we try Sunday.
Sunday, not even Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday evening, maybe from about 4 p.m., then also Sunday as well.
But there's not, you don't have that feeling of you're missing out.
I don't, to be very honest.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And now back to your investments and whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You never thought of just, for example, a lot of students who are entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
they try out being, they're more involved in the service industry, for example. Most of them will be, they'll work like, they'd sell clothes. They'll invest in,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of thrift shops that are
Yeah.
popping up online.
Yeah.
You've never had like a business mind to try something just different from the farm, or you felt comfortable, or you felt safe in what you were doing?
Oh my God, there's this one time I tried selling jewelry. Hey! It's not easy. Selling things, and I remember there's a time I was helping a friend of mine sell sunglasses. It needs your time as well. So I thought, I really feel like I don't even have enough time to do certain things and all that. But I also think it needs commitment, and I'd maybe like pinch myself for that because I haven't really put enough energy into it. If I decide to do it, I'll definitely get an output. So it's not about the business. The problem is just me. I haven't really put much thought and effort into it. Yeah.
Speaking for myself, there's a time I was really, really into trying, I wanted to do business.
Yeah.
But my folks were like, that will take away from your concentration in school.
Yes.
To parents out here who are watching, what would you tell them? You being the student who is actually working and encouraged by your own folks.
Yeah. I think to parents, I'd actually advise them to let your children be, especially when your child comes to you and they have an idea and they would even probably want you to invest in the idea. Kindly just give them that space, give them that platform, make it safe for them to try out these things because your parents have already lived their lives. If anything, they're making their life, where they are right now, they're good. They're good to go because what don't they have? You get. But you're out here. The world is different. It doesn't operate the same way as it used to operate then. Right now, you need to have so many things. You just can't specify on one line. Like, yeah, you can, and the stars will align, but it's safest to at least have something to maybe be something you can lean back on when plan A fails. So I feel like it's very important for you to let your child to be very involved in whatever thing they have. Yeah.
Okay. Parents, I hope you've had that. And now to the other side. Students
Yes.
who've been approached and their parents are willing and able and they want to invest in them, but the students are like, oh, nah.
It's not the
Doing school,
time.
man, yeah. My folks, my friends are there.
Yeah.
What will you tell them? Is it a journey that they should try and take up, or it's not worth it?
I feel like they should try and take up the journey. I know some things are not for everyone, but I usually believe in the fact that if you put your head to something, you'll definitely make through it. It doesn't matter the time that it will take you. If you decide maybe, like for instance, selling clothes and you put your head into it. I know a friend who started by just selling pants, and now she has a whole thing and she just gets orders and orders and orders. So try it out because, I mean, it won't hurt to have some extra money in your pocket. And if, for instance, you're in a home where like they're still willing to maybe fund you, that's the best time. Because you see, you can get money, and this money you can not only invest, but also save up a lot. Yeah.
Some good advice you're giving out here.
Oh, yeah.
Now to you yourself. What is the biggest impact that you've had or felt being a student entrepreneur?
The biggest impact would be I have met so many people out there.
Networking.
Yeah, I've networked. And I've also been challenged in regard to how I think, how I do my things, how I manage things like my time, my lifestyle. I've been able to think ahead and think fast. So that has been a major difference because when I look at my life earlier before when it was just good vibes, I wouldn't have met certain people. I wouldn't have been able to be exposed to certain opportunities, because I've been able to be exposed to opportunities even outside work, outside what I do with my farm, just because I went out there, I spoke to someone, and they're like, I like this girl. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
So we're going to take another small commercial break, and then we'll come back with Lynn to sign off. So Lynn,
Yes.
thank you so much for sharing everything that you've shared with us. And it's been an eye-opener for me personally, even talking to you outside the set. And I'd like you to give our listeners a parting shot, just a few words of advice to our fellow students out here who are trying to juggle work and life.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I think my advice to every student out there would be, one, it's never too early, and two, it's never too late for you to try out whatever it is, for you to venture into whatever business, whatever mode of investment you want to like putting your money into. It's never too early. You're never too young to do all these things. And you're definitely never too old, because at the end of the day, it's your life and you're the only person who'll be reaping the benefits. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So to all our lovely viewers out there, keep it tuned to Untapped, and I'll see you next week.